Warning: the following content contains language that may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, where we explore the realms of heavy music and have conversations with some of the most talented bands within the genre. In this episode, I got to sit down with the Texas outfit known as Pissin' Razors to discuss their 30-year history, Pantera stories, future plans, and of course, the Geordie Challenge. So let's get heavy. First of all, my name is Steve, and welcome to Get Heavy UK. We like to showcase bands, not just within the UK, throughout the metal verse. And I can't thank you enough for giving up your free evening to chat with us, even though it's ridiculously early in the morning for me.
Right.
But I really do appreciate giving up your free time and hanging out with us and getting to know more about Pissin' Razors, which, by the way, can I say, is a fantastic name for a band. Now, I believe you formed back in 1993, is that correct?
Roughly 93, 94, yeah.
Roughly, yeah, and you've gone through some lineup changes. So what is the current lineup for Pissin' Razors?
So it's myself, Joe. I'm doing vocals, and then you got Eddie, that's been a lifetime member of the band, and he plays drums. And then you got Gio here, and he's everybody says he's a newcomer, but he really isn't. He's been around since 2014, and he's earned them stripes already. You can't call him a newcomer. He's the main man.
Nice
So
one.
Gio, and he plays bass, and then we have Matt Lynch that does guitars. And
Excellent.
He's one of the old schoolers with Eddie.
Nice one. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you.
So the name Pissin' Razors, quite a striking name. How did it come about, and what was the inspiration behind it?
All right.
Let's get straight into it.
It started with the original singer, friend of ours, Dave McNutt, and alias Local Pelone. They rest in peace. He passed away some years back, but he was always he'd never been in a band, but he was always showing me these lyrics and he was writing like, "Oh, that's freaking awesome, man!" And I had an idea to start something more extreme than what we were doing at the time, and just no holds barred, no rules, just whatever the fuck we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it. And so when we first started, it was myself on guitar, Matt was playing bass, my brother was playing drums, and then Dave Loco, he was singing. And we were more like a hardcore punk band rather than what we sound like today. But that's kind of what we were for back then. The lyrics kind of lent itself to that. And so basically, Dave is the guy that brought up the name, and he was talking about a friend of his that caught the clap once. He said he called the dude Pissing Razors. And he was like, "Oh, that's a fucking great name for a band, dude." It's like, "Fuck it," you know.
Oh, every genius band name comes with a fantastic story, and that is up there with some of the best of them.
Yeah. Heard the story was good because he went over to Mexico and came back with a surprise. So, that's what.
And he went back.
He still went back. It didn't deter him from going back. He still went back.
Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, named after an STD. Right on. That is metal as fuck right there. Do you think the name accurately reflects the band's sound and image?
I think it does. Obviously, the way it started was a totally different genre and what they were aiming for. But I think towards the end, it still kept its integrity as far as raw power music in your face without any rules. Yeah, definitely. I still think it stayed true to what the name was about. It was going to cut you and hurt you pretty good.
I think it all changed. It all changed when my brother left the band. We would all switch instruments in the middle of the set. So I go from guitar to drums. My brother would go from drums to bass, and Matt would go from bass to guitar. And then we do the rest of the set, playing the rest of the songs. But when my brother left the band, it's I just kind of hard finding back do both things. So I just decided to go to drums, and Matt went to guitar, was where he's proficient at, and then that's where we got Rick in the band.
Cool.
That way.
Nice. So how did you all meet? Have you all known each other for many years as friends before you all started to form this epic band known today?
We all knew each other throughout the club scene here and playing with different bands and stuff like that. And it just kind of, I think the hardest thing for any band is to find the four other guys that you're gonna have chemistry and gel with, not only musically but as people. So when we ended up with the lineup with me, Matt, Joe, and Rick in the early days, I mean that was madness. I mean, just the writing process is simple. We had shitload of sleeves, and we're just happy doing what we're doing. It's like there was no I don't know. It was easy, and that's the hardest thing to find for any guy that's trying to form a band, to have that chemistry and friendship on top of it.
100%. Because if you're going to be in a band, you're going to be on the road together, you better show you've got to like each other, haven't you? Because you're just going to get on each other's nerves. So, yeah, totally understand. So, as we touched on before, we formed roughly around 93, which is going on 30 years now, which is quite an achievement being a band for that long, especially in today's climate. I can't speak for what it's like in the States, but over here, there's bands finishing and closing their doors left, right, and centre here. So to continue for 30 years plus is absolutely an achievement. Congratulations, guys, on that. Amongst the pioneers of certain sound, how has the music scene evolved since then?
I don't know if there's
It's changed a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's changed a lot for sure.
can't even say it's any comparison to what it used to be at all. I think it constantly evolves daily. These bands are coming out with a lot of crazy cool things. We're lucky to still be kind of relevant at this point after 30 years. But we're loving every minute of it. We still have that drive and desire to create the music that we started back then.
So you've released 7 studio albums, is that correct? Am I missing any? 1 independent, 7.
Right.
What 1 independent record, 6 via labels, is that correct? Am I getting them correctly?
We did,
2 independent is the first one.
yeah. Psychopunko Metal Groove was the first one.
Right.
And then we did the label ones thereafter, which is a self-titled Cast Down the Plague, Fields of Disbelief, and then they did Where We Come From, and then Evolution, and then the live record came out.
Right.
Shortly thereafter, and then we came out and did Eulogy Death March in 21.
Nice. So out of your albums, which one would be a personal favorite for each member?
I'll say Cast Down the Plague for me.
Hard to say.
Yeah, I love them all, but I think, for me in specific, I think we recorded that in Germany. I think it was the coolest time for us as a band. I really enjoyed the time there working with Andy Sneap. We had done the record prior with Andy here in Texas, but going down to Germany, I think we were a little bit more polished as far as the direction and the tightness of the music that we were presenting, because we had been on tour prior to that for almost 10 months. So we were pretty much on fire. Some of that stuff kind of got cleaned up every show that we would play. So I think it was, for me, that would be my most favorite because it was fun to write musically and lyrically, creatively. But I think putting it all together for the live show was even better. And then recording it in a place where it was just away from all distractions here in Texas. I mean, I had children, so it was kind of.
There was still distraction.
Well, of course. Those type of distractions.
It just happened to be a bar right next to
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I say it was Purdy Prime.
I love it.
He ain't lying on that.
I can imagine. I can only imagine. I've never been to Texas. I've only heard stories of the drinking. So, so how would you say the band's overall sound has evolved from '93 where we are today? Because you did touch on that you were originally more a punk band than what you are, hardcore.
Yeah, you kind of evolved into all aspects of metal. You know, well, not all, but a lot. You know, obviously influenced by Pantera and
Yeah, punk.
Fear Factory, and you know, and Machine Head, and you know, Sepultura. So I mean, there's elements of some you know Latin stuff in there. There's elements of you know some of the Fear Factory kind of digital metal. Uh, you know the Pantera groove, and you know just the rawness of Sepultura. You know, just to name a few. But we kind of try to touch on all that stuff that were our favorite bands. You know, and kind of make it our own.
Hmm. Would you say that those are like kind of like your main influences, Pantera, etc.?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Don't mind our friends back there. Our friends are back there kind of messing around and stuff, so that's all good.
What's your friend doing? What they doing? Are they making beers?
You know,
He should be pouring shots.
yeah,
I was just
instead he said he's working on lights.
doing the wrong job.
get the beers in, mate. Get the beers in. Not for me though. I haven't touched an alcoholic beverage in 210 days, so trying to stay strong.
There you go.
Believe me, it's gonna go down the drain. Not this weekend, but next weekend. It's Bloodstock weekend, and yeah, me and a festival.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, so it's not gonna last long. So exactly.
You got get your liver ready.
My liver's not ready. It's not ready. I need a new one. If anyone's got one spare, please by all means.
Oh, man, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. That's definitely not gonna happen.
We're all on the list.
Oh well, there we go. If anyone can help out 4 people with new livers, please, that'd be great. If you can just send them over to us, that'd be great. So, how is the overall music scene out there in Texas? Is it thriving at the minute? Curiosity.
It's kind of hard to say. You know, here locally, there's a few bands playing around town. They all plop in and out. You know, some of them been around for a little bit, but most of them, you know, they're just in and out. You know, they're here for a year or two, and then they split up or whatever.
Mm.
But there's some good bands. Venues, not a whole lot of venues to play for original music. There's a lot of cover band stuff going on. So you know, we just kind of make our way out in our own way when we show here.
Yeah, exactly. So, and you've mentioned splitting up there. So back in 2004, you kind of had a bit of a hiatus, would you say? 2004 span, what, 10 years? Coming back in 2014.
Yeah.
That must have obviously been difficult. What led to the decision, and what brought you to come back in 2014?
Well, for me, we had signed a deal with Spitfire, and then the guitar player quit, and we had to let go of our singer.
Mhm.
So it was kind of a 2 guys leaving the band, and then have to get 2 guys and do a record because we had already been paid for the record.
Yeah.
It was pretty high pressure to get that record done, and it's kind of rushed, and it didn't come out the way I would have liked it to. Nobody's fault. I mean, I put that on me. I'm the one in charge of it. But regardless, I mean, after that, it wasn't fun. It was like, man, it turned into fucking work and stress and that kind of shit. And that's not why I do this now. So, and then soon after that last tour that we did, 2004, I got hired to play for Ministry. So, went out on tour with them and did some other stuff with them after that tour. But and it just it's kind of like okay, well, it's time to just kind of leave it alone, and So when these guys were talking about, doing something again, I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm definitely not opposed to it. Let's rock out.
Nice. And here we are today, 2000, another 10 years later, after 2014, another reformation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
2024, still going strong. Love it.
Trying to, yeah, absolutely. I mean, back when we decided to get back together, like I said, we tried to get Rick back involved in the band, but he decided he didn't want to partake. Again, it came down to family. He was raising
That's fair
raising
play.
his kid.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing their thing. So when he declined the offer, then we searched briefly. Kind of already had some people in mind, but Eddie was playing with Gio and a Pantera tribute band. So
Nice.
it was, and then of course being a friend of ours and brother, it was fitting. Once we got in the room, it seemed like it was supernatural, and there was no hesitation to call Gio the new guy. At the time the new guy, and here we are 10 years later, and still doing our thing, and he's thumping across the roads.
I'm curious, what was the name of your Pantera tribute band?
It's called Cowboys from El Paso.
Get in. I was just curious because my friend's also in a Pantera tribute band called Hellbound here in the UK. That would have been absolutely great if you both had the same name.
Yeah.
I think that would have blown my friend's mind.
Go on YouTube and look up Cowboys from El Paso with Vinnie Paul. He came up and played a song with us.
Wow.
He said it was the first time in like 20 some years playing that song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Vinny and I were friends, and when I was up through ministry in '04, we were playing in Columbus at another venue when we got killed.
Yeah.
It was really, really weird, man. Throughout that whole tour, I ran into him like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And we'd have a day off and then playing somewhere and go see him and stuff. And it was just really, really weird, and it's really weird that I got to see him that much, and then actually got to sit down with him on the tour bus by ourselves for this shit. It's a rare thing because there was always people around.
Yeah.
And then after he got killed, we played a festival in Mexico City, and on the flight back, I had to fly to Dallas to catch a connector to El Paso, and his services was the next day. So I just changed my flight and stayed with the services. Really strange how all that
Transpired.
transpired.
I can only imagine what it must have been like for the metal community in Texas on the day of his murder. Do you know what I mean?
It was something else. I mean, I went to the friends and family get together, and it was you couldn't fit any more people in that place, and I went up and paid my respects. Eddie Van Halen's there, Zach Wild's there,
Wow.
Went to the coffin. There's Eddie Van Halen's guitar with like 1,000 picks, bottles of Crown, freaking drumsticks. I mean, and he looked good. And of course, Vinny was just completely, shattered. And then the next day was the services for the public. They had it at the Arlington Convention Center. And you could not fit more people in that place. They had to open side rooms, video screens so everybody could see what was going on and stuff. And then at the hotel, like, dude, this is great. Dan would love this. So, I guess all the rockers were staying in the same hotel. I forget which one it was, but everybody's at the bar. And by the end of the night, everything got drank. I mean, the bar was fucking completely empty of everything.
Zero.
And I remember talking to the manager. I go, "Hey, you guys, I want to get some more bartenders and a lot more booze because there's going to be more people here tomorrow."
Talk about emergency.
I think I'm in the wrong country. I think I need to move to Texas. Really, drink the bar.
Emergency restock. That's what was going on.
Drinking the bar dry.
Pretty incredible.
Absolutely amazing, though, that the legacy that those two have left on the metal world still influencing bands today. Young kids and everything getting into metal and stuff, still learning those Dimebag riffs, Vinny's drums. Do you know what I mean? Just his drum style, his patterns, etc. They may be gone physically, but they'll always be with us
Absolutely.
Yeah,
forever. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. They were both stylists at their instruments. You know, you could dime be one of a kind.
Magicians. Do you know what I mean?
On the drums, I mean, it was special.
Absolute magicians, head of the time, head of the curve. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to groove metal and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're getting slightly off topic here. We're here to talk about. To apologize. So 2024. What does 2024 hold for Piss and Razors?
We got a little run coming up in October, and then we got a show here locally with Crowbar at a club here in town.
Nice.
That should be fun. And then I don't know what else. We're
Some new music.
yeah.
Working on some new
I
music.
was just about any new projects on the horizon? Any new releases?
Well, I mean, at least maybe a couple of singles, maybe at least. You know, we kind of tossed around some singles to drop. I know we're gonna start thinking about doing maybe another record, but for the meantime, to kind of, I mean, you know, we're the end of the year is closing. You know, we're already past midway. You know, we're gonna do this tour in October. We're gonna do the show in November. We're gonna get our music in order, release it before the end of the year, and then maybe start talking about maybe a full length again for next year. We have a lot of music that, you know, that Matt kind of already formulates throughout the year. It's just scheduling has always been a problem. Not a problem as far as a problem for the band. It's more like our personal lives. You know, there's always something going on. You know, there's business owners and career guys and stuff like that come first. And once that's ironed out in order, then, you know, we get back to the other stuff. You know.
Yeah, of
So-
course. So
But for now, yeah, that's what's up.
I mean, so long as you can take your time with it as well, though. Do you know what I mean you're not in any kind of rush to get anything out?
Yeah, no pressure. We have everything here in house. You know, Eddie's always had his studio here. We have our rehearsal room here. We don't have a label that's kind of shooting, you know, down our throats that we need to push things out whenever it's not necessary. So we just kind of take our time with it, you know, and iron it out as it needs be. And when it's ready, it gets put out. But at least we'll get one song out, get everybody to get the feel of what we're presenting again.
I've seen this a lot actually in recent with bands now, where a lot of bands are doing things independently or DIY basically, and do it yourself sort of thing. Do you think the need for labels is needed these days?
Kind of hard to say, you know. I mean,
Basically, with stuff like YouTube, Spotify, you can basically upload it yourself. You know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
can. I still think that labels kind of do something that really the DIY side really can't touch. I mean, you can't reach everybody. You can try your hardest, but when you have some label perspective, I think it still has that level of a presence that you can get it out there further as opposed to.
connections with
Yeah, I mean,
management and agents.
there's always something.
And whatnot.
Yeah, I mean,
But through the power of social media, you guys found me through TikTok. Do you know what I mean? So
correct.
I don't know who controls your TikTok account, but
That'd be me.
that'll be you. Yep. So there you go. You know, through the power of social media, you can. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a lot of work, unfortunately. You know what I mean? You basically you've got to post every day. You know what I mean? So it can be a lot of hard work. It can become a chore, and then it doesn't become fun. It becomes like what Eddie was saying before, becomes work, which is what we do not want. Hello, taking photos.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's Terry back there.
Oh, Terry. How we doing?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's quite all right. I just seen somebody just taking photos. Like, oh, hello, taking photos. Should have said we could have.
It's always lively around here, you know.
Oh, this is why I think I need this is why I think Newcastle and Texas need to kind of merge. I think Newcastle and Texas will kind of get on really well. I think.
Hey, let's bring it.
100%. You love beer drinking. People in Newcastle like beer drinking. You like metal. We like metal. I haven't got the brothels like what you guys have, but still, I'm sure.
Bring it. We'll bring something.
So what can fans expect from a future release? Are you going to be experimenting with anything, or will it be a similar sort of vibe from what your previous release?
You never know. I mean, the new one, I think it's a little more brutal and had more riffs. It's kind of a little different, I think, in Miners.
Hmm.
Definitely,
That's the same groove and punch and vibe.
Yeah, but definitely, keep, we stay with what we do,
Keep to the roots,
yeah,
per
yeah,
se.
to the roots, like, the Pantera guy did, Slayer guys done their whole lives.
Not doing like a ballad. It's got to do a song.
No.
Got to do a song for the chicks.
Well, when I turned 60, I told these guys we're gonna play all our slow songs.
I'll tell you, some of the new stuff is it's as far as Matt and his riffage, he's bringing it.
Yeah,
So he brought it. He brought it on Eulogy, Death March. Everybody kind of had their 2 cents and everything. Eddie's always been a guitar player as well, and a bass player and artistic at what he does all the time. So everybody always has something to offer, and I think we're just going to touch on all those things again, and make them stronger, bigger, and better. And no different than any other approach for sure.
Just keep it the same old school vibes.
Yeah. It's old school vibe, but we're gonna if we bring a touch of a little bit more heaviness, yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be still melodic and heavy and groovy as fuck.
Breakdowns.
Yeah,
Make sure you put warnings though on your songs and stuff, just for induce neck injuries. Because we're getting old now, guys, and the necks get a bit sore these days. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I'm an old man, so
it takes us a lot longer to recover for sure.
it does. For those who don't know, bangover is real. And when you got a hangover and a bangover, it's just real, guys.
It's even worse.
Double, exactly. Wow. So, with such a long history, what keeps the band motivated and passionate about making music?
Yeah. I think each other. Just the feel we have each other, good friends, great times together. We almost think the same, pretty much,
The-
I'll tell you how our rehearsals go. Start off like this. We'll just shoot the shit. Usually for about an hour and a half, sometimes two, before we even go in the studio. Having drinks, just fucking talking and laughing,
Catching up.
Then we get in the studio, we get busy, start either rehearsing what we're gonna play or working on new stuff or whatever,
all about the
Yeah.
brotherhood. All about the brotherhood.
Absolutely.
Great company,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Family time. Family.
Yeah.
Family away from home sort of thing, in it. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. So, Texas has a rich musical history. How has the state influenced your sound and career over the time?
We're in El Paso, so we're like right next to Mexico and New Mexico. We're on the very tip of Texas. So we're 10 hours from San Antonio and Austin and Dallas, and Houston, probably 11 or 12 hours.
Oh, wait. I keep forgetting how big the States actually is compared to our little tiny little island here. It's
Yeah, but so on that note, then you go west, you got the next closest big city is Phoenix, and then you got LA. So I think us being from El Paso, we weren't really, when we started writing, we weren't really too influenced by what's happening in the scene in LA or Austin, San Antonio, or New York, or we kind of did our own thing, and of course by influenced by the bands that we like. And I think that's relevant to a few other bands that have come out of here. At the Drive-In came out of here, they started the whole emo movement,
Yeah.
a worldwide thing, and they're from El Paso,
What?
And Sparta from here as well.
Yeah, and they evolved from at the drive-in. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And and I think that's the thing about coming out of here, not really influenced too much by trying to chase somebody else's tail to try and get a record deal or whatever.
like I said, it has an amazing history. Just the entire state in itself, just for bands that are coming out, current bands like Burning Body, on a Burning Body, for example, are absolutely killing it. It's at the minute just one of my favorite bands of all time. Absolutely sick. So, just the history alone is absolutely amazing.
Right,
Um, but over your entire career, guys, what has been the biggest challenges and rewards you've faced in the band over the years?
Well, member changes, one of them. You know, it's always tough to go through that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like never really a thing of bad blood or anything like that. It's just been family. Not making a lot of money, if any, and just at a certain point, some guys just can't keep going.
Yeah.
And have to drop out for a bit. And it's part of life. But yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's hard to reestablish that chemistry with somebody new. And we got lucky, when Matt left, we got Caesar, and he did pretty staging. It picked up right where we left off. It's not an issue whatsoever.
It's good to be.
Yeah, when Joe had to leave, that was a little tougher. It was harder to find somebody. And we got Dewey. He did good, but some issues. But and then after Dewey, we had to let him go, and then Caesar left the band, and that was a tough one to try and reestablish that chemistry again, and just all the little nuances that we all know from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the biggest challenge.
Anybody else? Anyone else? Are there any different challenges you may have faced? Or
Well, I mean, for me, I mean, it's leaving at the time that I did was rough, but I knew the reason why it had to happen. Obviously, family came first, and that was something that these guys never shied away from. You got to get it done, period. And coming back to returning, obviously, all those things changed. Kids grew up and do their thing, and this was more for me of a personal kind of unfinished business with the band. I still, when I left, it was still kind of like I wasn't ready to go, but I had to go do it, and I still had a lot more in the tank. So coming back, it was a must. I think the challenges as far as financials, I mean, yeah, I think everybody's gone through that, but it wasn't something that was going to make or break staying in the band. But I think that was probably my biggest challenge was being in the band but leaving the band. You know what I mean?
yeah, I hear you. And big respect, mate, because taking that plunge it can't be an easy decision.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So big respect, big love. Do you know what I mean? Because family comes first.
And I can't say that I didn't try to kind of get
To make it work. Yeah.
to compromise, but at the end of the day, it didn't seem like it was going to be something was a fast fix. So it was better for me to just kind of let the guys go and do their thing, and they did when they came out with Where We Come From with Dewey. It was like they didn't lose a beat. So I that was pretty, for me, made me feel a lot more comfortable that I was able to leave and they were still able to continue.
I love it. Anything else? Or
Schuman.
I like it all, bro.
no challenges for yourself?
I think the most challenging thing is getting a tour going. That's just the work on that.
Just I was just about to say, getting your cups refilled.
Yeah, but get to that challenge and get that tour booked and everything's solid.
Biggest challenge is to restock the bar after everyone's drunk it dry.
That's right.
Luckily, we have a lot of good friends around everywhere, so they always bring us at every
Yeah.
show.
We're never dry. I'll tell you. Never dry.
Get in. So if you could collaborate with any musician or band, past or present, who would it be and why?
That would have been what now?
If you could collaborate with any musician or band, past or present, who would it be and why?
Oh, Dimebag.
Yeah. Hands down.
I think we're all.
I think we're all in agreement that yeah.
Hands down.
With Diamond Vinny, I think that would be awesome.
He had actually, before Pantera broke up, he had asked me to play. He was going to do a solo project. He had asked me to play drums for him. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Fuck yeah, let's do it, man. And, Pantera broke up, and then that's when Damage Plan became there.
I was just about to say, was that in between Pantera and Damage Plan?
Yeah.
But originally, the project was going to be called Newfound Power.
Right.
Yeah.
And that became that big.
They were doing some pre-production here at Sonic Ranch, right? So they were just trying to get away from their studio, and they would come down here and record, just kind of.
They did some mixing down
Yeah,
here.
they did some mixing just to kind of for the Newfound Power stuff, because we visited with him a few times.
Wow.
But before it even became the actual Damage Plan project, so it was still kind of under wraps. And we had the privilege to actually hang around with him, and Eddie had to listen on some of the songs, I think, right?
No, not actually. I was at Dimes, and he was jamming some of the riffs that he was writing for that record.
Yeah.
And I was playing on Biggest Kid, which is like,
Yeah.
but no, it was cool, man, and it's pretty cool to hear when that record came out. I go, we were jamming that fucking riff right there.
And Newfound Power became the album name. Is that correct? If I'm right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. For Damage Plan. Yeah. Wow. What a history. What a history. And unanimous decision on Pantera. To be fair, if I was in a band musician, Dimebag would be my choice as well. To be fair, so what a cool lad.
Incredible player and a fucking such a superhuman being.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking great dude.
The personalities were above and beyond.
If we were in Arlington at any given time and Benny was there,
Yeah.
we were staying at his house.
Yeah.
Right.
Straight to his house right after the show.
So, guys,
Oh yeah, great guys.
are you feeling adventurous?
All the time.
All the time. I love it. I love it. So, are you up for taking the Geordie challenge?
All right. We don't know what that is,
The
but
Geordie challenge. So, so the Geordies is what the people of Newcastle are nicknamed Geordies. So, to give you a bit of a brief history. So, in our part of the world, Newcastle in the UK, we're known as Geordies, and we have quite a distinct accent. There was quite a few origin stories on the term Geordie, but the origin that I know of from my granddad, the name originated from the coal mines of Durham and Northumberland. For many poems and songs written about the dialect of these two counties speak of the Geordie. The Oxford English Dictionary states that the word first used to describe a local pitman or miner in 1876. This is where the term Geordies has come from. So over the years, we kind of sound a little bit Scottish, a bit English, and Germanic with a hint of Nordicness in there as well. So it's kind of a mixed accent. So we're
I noticed that right when you started speaking.
yeah, a lot of people think we're not one of them. You know, tea and crumpets, love. We're not one of them. We're a lot deeper, more broader. Like I say, slightly, a little bit Scottish, but not quite. So I have got 7 phrases and sayings in the Geordie dialect, and you have to try and guess what they mean in standard English. Are you up for it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So, number 1, purely belter.
Beer belly.
No,
Say that again.
purely belter.
Purely something.
Belter.
Belter. So, Belta.
Something.
Purely belter.
Purely belter.
Something.
If you, I can. So, for example, those lads in Piss and Razors are purely belter.
So that means that like
The last kiss and raisin.
it's like that. That's
You're late.
No. If you give up, just by all means, just give us. Really good.
Really good.
It means really good. So if you ever come to Newcastle, those lads in purely belter, or those lads in piss and razors were purely belter.
Oh, yeah.
Determined.
So it's kind of like saying badass.
Yeah.
But just in your okay.
That was belter.
All right, that was all right.
Man,
So
it's tricky.
it's just
It is tricky. Yeah, it's
yeah, it is. It's difficult because I'm trying to not use like during the course of the interview. I'm trying to not use the what slang, but sometimes it just comes out. Do you know what I mean?
You're trying to say it the proper way.
Yeah. So another one, number 2. How were the lads?
How are the lads?
How were the lads?
With the lads.
How were the lads?
How are the lads?
Cumulate. How about a sentence?
So yeah, I guess are they?
Kind of. Think of more along of a sporting event. If you had a American football game, or football for you, soccer for us, and you're supporting your team, you know, you're trying to get behind your team. So for us, our team is Newcastle United. So when we're sport, how are the lads?
How are the lads?
How the team?
Yes. So basically, let's go.
Oh wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Wow.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it out.
So number 3 is probably the hardest one that a lot of people struggle with. Clamming for me beat.
Clamming for me beat.
Clamming for me beat.
Coming for my beer.
He's coming for his beer, he says.
Not quite. Not quite.
That'll work for me, my balls, right?
coming for you, dear.
Coming for my beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to go with that.
No, hungry for my food.
What?
I'm hungry. I'm
Hey, that could be the same thing. Coming for your balls.
Yeah.
They might want to eat your balls.
Don't get your food.
He said coming for his balls. They might want to eat his balls. I don't know.
Tell you, this is always my favorite part of these interviews. It's different every time.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Right.
That's a good one.
Number 4. Are you ready? Number 4. I'm gone yem.
I'm gone, yeah.
I'm gone yem.
Drunk.
So after that pissing razors gig, I'm gone yem.
Pissed. I'm drunk. No.
Not quite.
I'm upset.
You upset? No.
Or heavy.
Heavy? Do you say heavy?
Yeah, he said.
No, not quite.
What do you think?
Missing razors were.
What do you normally do after you've finished a concert or a gig? Apart from going to the bar,
Get some rest.
go home.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Get some rest.
You don't go home, that's the problem.
I'm going home.
I'm going home.
So that's what I'm gone yem means. I'm going home.
Gone.
I'm gone yem. I'm gone yem, lad. I'll see you later.
Oh, wow. All right.
Wait.
All this is
That's a
interesting.
good-
Yeah.
Hey, I'm drunk.
You should. It's good that you learn this because you never know if you come over to the UK and play in Newcastle. You've got a fighting chance to understand the Geordies.
Did we ever? We never played in Newcastle. I know we played everywhere else, but
Right.
other places. But yeah, we never played Newcastle.
Never played Newcastle. Fair enough. Well, there's still time yet.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Yeah.
number 5. He was gone proper Raj.
Properly.
That's proper. Just going to work.
He did good.
No, no. So, I'll give you another hint. So, at that Piston Razors gig, he was going proper Raj in the pit.
So he was kicking ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
He
he was
was
kicking ass. He
really-
was fucking tearing it up.
really just angry, just
Angry,
Yeah.
letting it out. Kind of
exactly.
letting it out. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Number 6. This one's it's Giz at Deeks.
Wait a minute.
Good.
Yeah.
Sounds like English.
It sounds like English to me. It sounds like you like gizzard dicks.
I thought it said kiss on dick. Oh, hey,
Look
not
at
you,
what
but
it
you know.
it's it's spelled Deeks.
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 Not Dick. Get the head out the gutters, lads.
She said deeks.
Ah, dude.
Wow. Yeah, now I can't even think because I keep thinking of what she said.
What? You keep thinking about Dick. Oh.
Enjoy our show. How about that?
Oh.
Metal rules.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just that gets everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And then the worst part is that you're in delirium right now because it's so damn early in the morning over there.
What? Can I have a look? That's what
Can I
it.
have a look?
Can I have a look?
Can I have a look at your deek?
Can I have a look? Then I'll kiss your dick.
Oh, yeah, I think okay. Oh dear me.
Hey,
We're gonna be saying that all night.
hey, you weren't lying. You weren't lying that that Newcastle and Texas are going to get along just fine.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, okay. 7. Last one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Our the moon. I was our the moon.
I
I love you.
What was that? Sorry.
I love you.
No.
Time to party. I was a dick. Yeah.
I think I might have just started something new in El Paso.
Oh yeah, you did. We're going to be talking about the dicks all the time.
No, man. Say that one in a sentence.
Which one? Oh, Our the Moon. Right.
Yeah, Out the moon.
All right. So as I was Our the Moon with Piston Razors cast down the
You
plague.
were out. You were listening to,
Hanging out with.
or you were hanging out.
Partying with.
Damn, almost sounds like it. Oh,
Yes.
I don't know. Another one.
It's pretty much the same as the first one, but just extremely pleased.
Oh, wow. Extremely pleased.
Extremely pleased. I was Our the Moon.
Out the moon. Wow. Cool.
Hey, I have a question for you. So my girlfriend's stepson is living in England,
Okay.
I think, somewhere outside of London.
Right.
But in the military or whatever.
Mhm.
So he was telling us that if you do this to somebody, that means fuck you in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that correct?
Really?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Peace.
No,
This is peace.
that is peace. Yeah. So we've got that. The bird is what I think
Right.
you and then we've got that as well.
So
Wow.
what's the difference between the bird
That's-
and that?
That's not the book. Me fuck you. To be fair,
So you could
Fuck you
do
twice.
both.
you can do it.
Yeah, you could
Uh,
do both at the same time. And you're just saying fuck off. In other words. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I was tripping out on that one when he was telling me, like, what? Are you for real?
Yeah. That's
Been doing it to everybody over here in
Yeah,
Texas.
we've been cussing everybody out of here.
Oh, everyone's gonna watch us back in the UK. Why is Pissing Razors keep sticking their fingers up at Steve for? No idea.
Not at all.
Check it out. I'm gonna do it right now. Hey, cheese. But hey, we also have this one.
Oh, the shot. Well, you gotta watch out for the shocker. Jesus, that is a massive beard. Are we, dude?
I'm the cheese.
You're the cheese.
You can imagine everybody's got a nickname for him. Eddie calls me cheese sticks because I'm a drummer and I used to walk around with drumsticks in my pocket or on my hip.
I thought you said something else. I thought you said cheese tits.
Cheese dicks.
Cheese dicks.
So from provolone to also cheese fries, anything to do with cheese.
That's him.
Especially cut cheese.
I tell you,
Oh.
it's interesting out here, man.
Oh, right. I'm gonna once we're finished, I'm gonna check my flights and see when I can get a flight to Texas.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say the same thing. You're gonna have to come down here now.
I'll bring the deeks.
But the deeks for somewhere else.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm right there with you.
We don't need them.
Oh, guys. Well, I don't think you've got any right there, did we?
No.
It's all right. You're the only second band to do it, to be fair. And you're not the first band to think that because the Deeks was referring to Deek.
Yeah, right.
To be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
I swear it was English.
So yeah, and I guarantee when I do it with others, it'll just be the same.
Yeah.
Oh, right, guys, this has been an absolute blast, man. I really do appreciate this. It's really been really good fun, good laugh. I'll absolutely love it. But before we do call it a night, anything that you wish to plug before we call it a night?
I'd like to say to everybody out your way, we hope to make it out there soon, sooner than later. But just thank you always for supporting no matter what. And see you all soon, hopefully.
Where can we find Pissing Razors on socials?
Everywhere.
Plug those socials.
Spotify, you got to do Spotify, Facebooks, the TikToks, everything that you can think of. It's available and ready for purchase. You can go direct with the band for merchandise. There's also, some other options, big cartels and our own pissingrazors.com. You can go there too as well.
Nice one. Is there anyone we can contact for any possible booking for in the future?
Absolutely. You can get with our manager, Terry Marcus, and directly on Facebook. That was pretty much the easiest way. Instagram, you could do that as well. Any of those socials, just reach out, say hello. Want to book the band? Go direct. We're cool. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Excellent. Sorry, I quite missed that. What was that?
Well, we'd love to go to England.
That's always right now. That's a bucket list. Above
Hopefully one day then you can get over here. I'll definitely keep tabs on your social pages, and if I do see us venture into the UK, I'll be sure to try and travel and catch you guys live and have a drink in person. That'll be pretty sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Teach you some more Geordie slang.
That was pretty interesting. I loved it. It's cool.
You get to tell all your friends in El Paso's met this crazy Geordie with
Yeah, they're gonna get a taste of the Geordie. Trust me.
talks with a weird accent. Sounds kind of Scottish, a little bit English.
That's badass, man. That's badass.
Thank you very much. That's been absolute class. So we end all our interviews like this, guys. So the rules of the pit are the rules for life. When someone falls.